Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DK and Bill Wrestling Podcast. I'm Bill,
I'm DK.
and we've got a fun one for you today. This is a fan review. We had a poll put up a couple of weeks ago. We each had a show to pick, and the fans went with Badd Blood in Your House, and it was a pretty convincing win of the shows, I think.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad because you were kind of going out on a limb with your WCW show that you picked.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, I've really wanted to review this show.
Yeah.
And it's a good show, I think. So I wanted to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And then it's just one of those things that, it's the first Hell in a Cell match.
I think that's what won it over.
Probably. And we'll talk about the rest of the pay-per-view, and I won't give my opinions on it right now. We'll just do it as we go through each match.
Right. So I guess before we get into it, Extreme Rules is coming along. The card is.
Yep.
And I gotta say, for the 5 matches that they have announced as of this moment, I like the fact that each match has a stipulation to it. I'm going to pull up the card real quick. We're not making picks, but we're just going to go over.
Extreme Rules is next Saturday?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Okay. They're doing a lot of Saturday events. This is awesome.
Yeah, you know what?
Saturday.
I mean,
don't compete against the NFL, so
good
idea.
I mean, AEW, kind of brought it to the national, scene, and WWE's like, Saturdays might not be a bad idea.
Yep.
So, but then of course, like a whole bunch of like smaller independent shows have done it on Saturdays. So
yeah.
All right. So here is, as of this recording, the current card for Extreme Rules. Liv Morgan will defend the SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey in an Extreme Rules match. Bianca Belair will defend the Raw Women's title against Bayley in a ladder match. Matt Riddle will face Seth Rollins, because I refuse to say Seth freaking Rollins, inside the fight pit.
What is the fight pit?
You remember when Ken Shamrock had the Lion's Den?
Yeah.
This is kind of the Lion's Den, except instead of it being
okay. Yeah, they did a Lion's Den match with Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Okay, so similar to that?
Similar to that.
Is it going to be in like a different stadium?
I don't know. Drew McIntyre against Karrion Kross in a strap match, and Edge against Finn Balor in an I Quit match.
Okay.
And that is, as of right now, the current card for Extreme Rules.
So Dominic is kind of done with Edge for a little bit here?
Yeah, I guess.
So it's on like Finn's the leader of that group. So, yeah, it looks okay. No Roman Reigns. When you're the top champion, you'd like to see that guy on a pay-per-view. But they'll probably save him. And it sounds like the Survivor Series is getting War Games.
Yep.
So it sounds like you're going to have a bloodline versus, 4 other superstars.
Well,
maybe.
Roman has the match with Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
In November.
Which maybe we can jump into a Saudi Arabia preview at a later date.
Yeah, we can do that.
Give our opinions on Logan Paul getting that match instead of maybe 10 other guys that deserve it more.
But here's the thing, because I talked about it this past week on that wrestling show, talking about the War Games. With the men, you can do 4-on-4, but you could also do 5-on-5.
Yep.
Because you've got Roman, you've got the Usos, you've got Solo, and you got Sami Zayn. You have a team of 5 right there.
The real leader of the bloodline, Sami Zayn. Canadian.
The MVP of this entire angle.
I like that shirt that Roman handed him.
And then the other thing is going to be, you have a team that faces the bloodline.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kevin Owens is going to be on the team. He has to. I think. I think Drew has to be on that team.
Yep.
Now you got to find 3 other guys for that. If you do 5-on-5, if you do 5-on-5 or 4-on-4, whatever
it's
it
going to
is,
be the team that's battling with the Usos will be the other 2, and then maybe Brock Lesnar comes back because we haven't seen him since SummerSlam.
Right.
And he does the major shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you could almost see it being 5. Oh, it's 5 versus 4. I guess you got to find a mystery opponent, and then Brock's music will hit, and Paul Heyman will look all freaked out.
Yeah,
and that's how you could bring Brock back, and maybe Brock will get a little revenge from SummerSlam. I don't know.
Now, I can tell you that Ted, one of my friends, and he listens to our show. He is going to be at the Survivor Series. He bought tickets. I think he's going with his cousin or his sister. I don't remember.
Cool.
I'll have to talk to him about it later. But yeah, he will be at the Survivor Series. He will be there for the War Games. And then what's kind of funny is like, yo, the next day they're having a house show in Portland, Maine, and I live right near there. And I'm like, well, maybe you can go to both.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be tough going to a house show after seeing like a top 4 pay-per-view the night before.
Mm-hmm. On Thanksgiving weekend.
So it'll be the SmackDown guys because it won't be the Monday guy. Oh, I guess it was a Saturday show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it might be everybody. Who knows?
I'm already looking forward to Survivor Series. I don't care what the War Games matches are. I'm just looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
And then the women's is going to be good too. Because I think I would almost bet the farm, if I had a farm, that Bayley and her group are going to be in that one.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost certain they will.
That could be a good chance for Becky to come back.
You could have Becky come back. You could have Sasha come back.
Yeah. You got so many female wrestlers now. You could actually have like really good storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have like not involving the champions.
Yeah.
Like Ronda could win in October and then not even have a match at Survivor Series. Like,
which is possible. And
and
it wouldn't hurt the show.
Well, it makes sense why they're doing these War Games now, because it used to be the 2 champions would face each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I was telling you, I was hoping that Roman would go in there and face himself. And then just like, I don't know. It's just be really funny. You just walk in, he's like, I'm the winner. Yay.
I'll pin myself.
Or he just like counts to 3 and he's like, acknowledge me. Which I actually kind of love when he does that.
I have yet to acknowledge him.
Oh.
But on a kayfabe point of view.
Hopefully he's not listening to this. Well, hopefully he is, but
when you win a match clean, Roman, then I'll acknowledge you. Until then.
Yeah, I guess.
But again, that's only kayfabe.
Yeah.
Real life, I respect him. He's a hell of a talent.
Yeah. He also played in the CFL. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew he played college. I didn't know.
Yeah, he played. They used to be called the Edmonton Eskimos.
Oh, They
changed the name to the Elks.
What's wrong with Eskimos? I'm still trying to figure that out.
So actually, yes. So it's kind of funny. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played for the Stampeders. And his cousin, Roman Reigns, played for the Edmonton Eskimos. So, and they're like the 2 rivals here in our province in Canada. So, kind of.
So if you can't give Eskimo kisses, what? I don't know.
What are they called now?
Yeah.
Anyways, different
Very
topic.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into Badd Blood.
Let's get to Badd Blood. Okay, so this was our winner. From you, the fans. Thank you very much for everyone who participated.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you a terrible secret, DK.
Okay.
With the exception of the main event, I've never seen this show.
Okay.
Now I have a good reason.
You've never seen the show?
I've never seen the show. I've seen the main event.
Oh, so you didn't watch it?
Well, I'm
gonna
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you what.
All right.
Because folks. I have such an unbelievable memory. It scares me at times. The night that event took place, I was practicing basketball. Like I was starting into basketball, and a family friend was a basketball coach, still is a basketball coach. Shout out to Joe Sago, who's an unbelievable basketball coach. He's had actually some current NBA players on his team in middle school. Quinn Cook,
Cool.
coached by Joe Sago. Shout out to you, Joe. But anyway, yeah, he was, helping me that night and got home late, didn't see the pay-per-view. And I honestly, because at this time we did not have the internet in my house, I did not know until the next night that Brian Pillman had passed away. And that is one thing that I want to discuss right now before we go any further with this review. Because during the duration of the show, Vince McMahon, they talk about, all three of them talk about Brian Pillman passing away.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a sad thing when you heard what happened. It was a very sad thing. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst thing they've ever done, but I don't know if I would have been like, we're going to update you on if we hear anything at that time. I'm not sure if that was the time to do it.
No.
Because Pillman, and this I do remember, Pillman was scheduled to have a match at this show against Dude Love.
Yeah. They talk about it on the show before they have the mini match.
And if Dude Love, see, again, this goes back to my memory. If Dude Love won that match, then Goldust would get a match with Pillman that night.
Yeah.
Because this was the end of the whole I have Terry for 30 days angle.
Yeah, so bad.
And Jerry even mentions during the show, I wonder how Marlena feels about this.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, they kept the storyline going, like, with the commentary.
Right.
Like, he had passed away. Like, he was no longer living, but they were still running it like a storyline.
Yeah.
How Marlena feels about this. There's the Marlena. Marlena is a character. She's Terry Runnels.
That kind, like
that was bad.
Yeah,
it was real bad. Honestly, I'm glad you brought that up. And now we were talking off air, and that there was a point on this pay-per-view where they actually interview Brian Pillman's wife.
Yeah, Melanie.
But they cut it out on the network. It's not in there anymore. It used to be there, and that was really bad. Like, they were running that like a storyline.
I know the next night was the night of that infamous interview.
Yeah.
With Melanie Pillman, who has since passed away earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was...
It was bad.
Yeah, that's one I'm glad I never saw. That's an interview I'm glad I never saw. But
yeah, it's, it happens too often in wrestling.
Yeah, and we will point out during this review what two matches replaced the Pillman matches. We will mention that.
See, I never knew that if Dude Love had won, then there would have been another match.
Yeah.
So obviously we know Dude Love was supposed to win.
Because pretty much.
They had two matches that, like Vince says on commentary, we're scrambling.
Yep, we're scrambling.
This is kind of a big deal. This is the last pay-per-view Vince McMahon ever does commentary.
On lead commentary. That's
So why don't we start? Yeah, the show kind of starts, and then they talk about Brian Pillman as the wrestlers are coming to the ring.
Yeah.
Which I thought was super bad.
That was
you could have opened the show. Feeling. You could have opened the show with Vince McMahon in the ring with a microphone saying, "We're very sorry to update you," but they don't want to have the crowd all that they were all pretty jacked up about the event, so you don't start with that. But I just didn't like how they. Oh yeah, by the way, Brian Pillman died. Like they didn't say it like that, but that's how it came across.
Like, and even Vince mentioned in the intro I think it was either in the intro or later on, that they said on the pre-show that Brian Pillman had passed away. Like, I've seen that clip. I have seen that clip.
Yeah, I kind of wish the pre-shows were available when we're doing these reviews, because sometimes there's important stuff that happens.
If you've ever watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode with Brian Pillman, one of the few times you will ever see Jim Cornette cry.
Yeah.
One of the few times. And again,
that's one of the best episodes they did too.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah. So we're going to start off this show with the Nation of Domination, which is The Rock. Well, he's not The Rock quite yet. He's Rocky Maivia still, as we talked about previously. D'Lo Brown and Kama Mustafa against the Legion of Doom. Originally, Ken Shamrock was going to be in this match, but because of injuries, he could not compete in the match.
And this was like, he was injured in that shoot match in Tokyo, right? With Vader?
Yeah, and that
the same time?
They bring that up a lot during this.
I didn't really know about it at the time when I watched that, but I have like listened to shows about that fight with Vader and Ken Shamrock in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was kind of like it was a determined wrestling match, but it was kind of like a shoot fight between the two guys. Mm-hmm. Like they kind of decided, okay, I'm tougher than you. You want to fight for real, but we'll do it in the ring. So I think both guys kind of got injured.
Yeah, I'm actually I think I have found the show. Okay. And we'll bring it up later.
Okay.
How many WWF related matches there are. We're not going to do it now, but we'll bring it up a little later on.
Okay. Yeah, so Legion of Doom here. They're going to go at 2-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the Nation, because Ken Shamrock, and then Hawk does a promo about Ken spitting up blood. That's real cute.
Well, take it on.
Yeah. So classic 2-on-3 baby faces versus heels. It was an okay opener. Nation Domination get the win. It was okay. C minus for me. It was an okay opener, but nothing spectacular here.
You know what? I enjoyed this one a little bit more than you did. I thought it was a good opening. It definitely got the crowd into it, and that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to praise the show for today is this crowd. We talk about, the best wrestling crowds. St. Louis does not get brought up as much as they should, because it's always like New York, Philadelphia, Chicago.
There's like 21,000 there. That's a huge crowd for an arena show.
Yeah. St. Louis is a tremendous wrestling town, and they have some great fans, and it definitely shows here. Yeah. One of the highlights for me of this match is D'Lo hitting the frog splash. That looked fantastic.
Yeah, he was one of, one of the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he was wearing that chest protector that he had the chest injury for 3-4 years.
Yep.
So, no, he was pretty good at it. And considering like the size of guy he was.
I gave this match a C. I liked it just a little bit more than you did.
Okay.
A good opening match, but nothing really to remember about.
And like Hall of Famers in the ring here.
Oh God, yeah. Like you've got
is D'Lo in the Hall of Fame?
He's not, but I'm hoping someday he does.
He's the only one.
Well, Rock isn't in.
Rock isn't in, but The Rock is. The Rock is in. He's just not in yet.
Right.
It's like saying Tom Brady's not in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's because he's still playing, but he'll be there. Maybe this year. Who knows?
Sonny and Doc Hendricks are working the hotline tonight.
Oh God, Sonny.
She looked good here on this show.
In the 90s, she did look good.
Yeah, she did. And now she's in jail, probably.
She wasn't a freaking train wreck like she is in the 22s.
Yep.
Millennial or whatever.
All right. So now we're going to go to the first of the two, I guess we could call it substitute matches. I don't really know what you would call it.
Yeah.
It is a minis tag team match as Mosaic and Tarantula face Max Mini and Nova.
Man, I love this match.
This is fun.
It was so fun. Yeah, and like Jerry Lawler's commentary, like, was so good. Like, I was
like
sitting there.
He
He's
sat
like,
on my lap.
I don't like this guy. He put on my crown, and he's Jerry's like talking to Vince about getting a match with one of them.
Yes.
Give me a match with one of them. Like, I would have loved to see that.
And then,
Jerry versus like 5 minis in a handicap match.
And then the best part, Tarantula military presses Max Mini on the outside, drops him on the table, and Lawler gets up and he's like, ah! I'm like,
I know. And okay, so this is off topic a little bit. There was a Facebook thing that I saw you voted on about who would you get rid of, and you picked Jerry, and I was like, you can't get rid of Jerry. That's like the Attitude Era, man.
It's tough.
You can't. Like, I picked Gorilla Monsoon. It was tough.
I mean, okay, we'll post it. I'll find that post, put it up on our group. But anyway, the post that DK is talking about is, of these 4, one has to go.
Yeah,
Jim Ross.
I keep those posts because it's so hard.
Jim Ross, Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, or Jerry Lawler. One of them is erased from history.
So you're either voting for the Golden Era or you're voting for the Attitude Era.
It's so hard. It really is. Because I love Gorilla. I grew up on Gorilla.
And Bobby Heenan was like the top heel manager
of
all time. You can't get rid of him. Jim Ross is the voice of the Attitude Era, and Jerry Lawler helped him.
Yeah, I mean,
with everything. He was the Bobby Heenan of
his time,
of the 90s.
Yeah,
the mid 90s. So
it was very tough.
And I'm more of an Attitude Era wrestling fan than I was of the Golden Era. So I thought that one was easy for me. But I thought I'd bring that up because you're saying how great Jerry Lawler was, but you're going to get rid of him.
In this match, I know.
Yeah. Back to the mini match. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Back and forth. They kept talking about the Mexican rules, how like if you go out of the ring, then the other guy can come in.
Tag,
which is kind of interesting. So you don't have to tag; you can jump out of the ring. Max Mini is kind of like the star in this match. I guess I'll give this one a C. It was fast paced, entertained me for a short period of time, and that's kind of what you want out of a match like this.
Yeah, you do. I enjoyed the match. I gave it a C. You know what? I'm going to change my grade. I had it at a C-. I'm going to give it a C. This was a pretty enjoyable match.
Considering like they probably went over this match in the back for about 10 minutes because they didn't expect to wrestle.
And I'm sure all 4 of those guys had wrestled each other at some point in Mexico before coming up here. So,
I think actually, to be honest, I think those guys were wrestling because I went to the Calgary pay-per-view in '97, and I think they were on that show like they called it the free for all back then. So it was kind of like that half an hour show,
right?
And I think they were in. I don't know if it was those 4. I know Max Mini was there. They had a similar type match, so they might have wrestled a lot.
Yeah,
just not on the TV.
Now I do remember. There's a 6-man mini match at the Royal Rumble like a few months later, and that's a pretty fun match too. So hopefully Sunday we'll get to watch that one because
Royal Rumble '98 is
that's a fun
great show. So I'll definitely vote for that one.
All right, so after that, the next match is for the WWF Tag Team titles. The Headbangers defending against the Godwins. Sunny is the guest ring announcer for this match.
They just want to get Sunny on TV. I don't know why she like kind of went away from being the manager. Like she was with the Body Donnas, and then she was with the Smoking Guns for a bit, and then she kind of just became like this backstage person. So, yeah, this match, I don't know. I could never really get into the headbangers. They were okay. They got the crowd going a little
Yeah.
bit here.
Now,
The Godwins as heels, I don't know.
I love their theme as heels. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Their theme was heels and Uncle Cletus. I
Mhm.
believe he was there. You can't have Hillbilly Jim if
Yeah, you
you're
can't.
a heel team, right?
Hmm.
So you know what? I can't even remember who wins this match. I'm
It's the
forgetting.
Godwins who
The
win it.
Godwins win the titles, right? The Headbangers come in as champs
Yeah.
because they had a tournament, I believe, at
Hmm.
or a fatal 4-way match at the pay per view before because Dude Love and Austin had to forfeit their tag
Right.
titles
Now,
because of his injury to Owen Hart.
one thing I want to bring up, because I had no idea what Jerry Lawler was talking about during the
Okay.
match, is, because he's talking about how, oh, the Headbangers are probably fans of Marilyn Manson, and they probably saw what he did at the MTV Video Music Awards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is he talking about?
Isn't that when he was looked like a naked woman?
Uh,
I think.
I, I don't remember.
Didn't he just come out like his really revealing outfit?
I
I
honestly,
can't remember, to be honest. We
yeah,
have to look it up. 97 Marilyn Manson Video Awards or something. But
I really don't remember. I
yeah,
mean, like, I remember, like, after the Columbine shooting, like how
yeah,
he was kind of defending others, and how it was like, no, what are you doing? You're stupid. But I never really got into Manson. So the Godwins do win the tag team titles. And then this is where it gets weird, because they're beating up the Headbangers. And the referee for the match goes outside the ring. And then the
yeah,
ring announcer, the Fink, says, if the Godwins do not stop their actions, they will be stripped of the titles. I'm like, why don't you just reverse the decision? Just reverse the decision. You're the
yeah,
referee. Um, I gave it a D plus.
yeah. I'm with
That's
you
what
on
it
that one.
was. Yeah. So then, and this is kind of a nice break, like here in the middle of this show, because we get a video package of what Stone Cold Steve Austin has done lately.
Yep.
Stunning JR, stunning Sergeant Slaughter,
The
stunning,
Summer of Austin, I think they called it.
yeah, stunning Vince McMahon. And then Vince is like, you have three options. Number one, you come back Monday night next week with a written doctor's notice, which I don't think you'll get, to say that you're allowed to wrestle. Number two, you come back with a doctor's notice, and maybe we'll let you wrestle in the future. Or, and I don't really want to do this, gonna have to terminate your contract.
Yeah, yeah. The second one was like he would sign saying
Like,
that WWF wasn't liable
liable, yeah.
for his injury
Yeah.
if he got hurt. Yeah.
So
So
so then we get Michael Cole, a very young Michael Cole,
oh yeah, skinny Michael Cole too. Before he hit
talking
the
about how Austin will not talk to anyone. And then Owen Hart comes in. And then I love this part, because I'm
Owen
like,
Hart's promos. Oh my god.
because he's like, you know why he doesn't want to talk? Because if he gets back in the ring with me, he's going to file for a lawsuit. Can you say lawsuit? Lawsuit. Lawsuit. It was hilarious. Oh my
Owen
God.
Hart's promos, man. Oh my god.
Fantastic.
He would have been a top 5 of all time if he knew how to do a promo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so awkward.
But it's
They
funny.
gave him a microphone.
It's funny.
I'll kick my leg into your leg.
So after that, they do tell us the attendance. It's 21,151.
Yeah.
Which for an in your house is pretty big.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like, hey, we really want to see Shawn Michaels Undertaker in this match no one's ever seen before.
it's almost the WrestleMania 3 of in your house attendance.
It's probably the highest grossing or
In your house.
highest attended non like top four pay per
Right.
view. If anyone could follow along with
Yeah.
what I
I,
just said.
I I got it.
Okay.
So Jim Ross is in the ring along with Sonny because they do a very nice presentation honoring the legends of St. Louis wrestling.
Yeah. It was too long though, honestly. It took way too long. Like it
I
was nice that they
it
did
was
that,
nice.
but it didn't need to be on pay-per-view, I don't think. If you want to honor the St. Louis legends, like I don't know.
No, I understand. I mean, me, I became a fan of St. Louis wrestling like in my early 20s through DVDs.
Yeah.
It is so fun to watch. Just look it up on the internet. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I've seen some of it.
But we'll just mention real quickly who got honored. Gene Kaniski, Jack Briscoe, The Funks, Harley Race, Luthez, and promoter Sam Muchnick.
Yeah. And
Very,
it's kind of surprising, like if you look later in life on Vince McMahon, that he would do this on one of his
I
pay-per-views.
know.
So
Because we talked
usually
about,
like he would like try to bury companies like that. And then he's not promoting, but he's like recognizing them. So it was nice, but I thought it was long for the
because
pay-per-view.
remember when we did our review of Over the Edge, they did
Yeah.
that tribute to Mad Dog Vachon and the Crusher in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're not forgetting their roots.
I think I said the same thing.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
All right. So we go to the back. Farouk is being interviewed, and Doc thinks that he has the upper hand because Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to be out there. And Stone Cold hates Owen. Farouk doesn't really care. So I want to, before we get to the actual match, I have the tournament bracket in front of me. And this is just, this is convoluted. I'm gonna try the best that I can here.
All right.
So here's the quarterfinals. Brian Pillman beats Dude Love by disqualification. Owen Hart beats Goldust by disqualification. Ken Shamrock originally beats Farouk. And Ahmed Johnson pins Rocky Maivia. However, because Ken Shamrock got hurt in the match against Farouk, he's out of the tournament. Farouk takes his spot. So we go to the semifinals. Owen Hart beats Brian Pillman by disqualification. And Farouk beats Ahmed Johnson by disqualification. So 4 of the 6 tournament matches end in a disqualification.
Yeah. And you can't win a title by disqualification, but you can advance in a tournament.
Right. So that is how we got to here. The finals. Farouk and Owen Hart. Stone Cold Steve Austin has to be there to present the title to the winner of the match.
Yeah.
This is
a bad idea. Sarge.
Steve Austin show. This
yes.
Because
I have a question for you. Can you even review this match, or were you just listening to Austin like me? Because I didn't even see what happened. I've seen his show like 15 times probably, and I still the main part I remember is Austin hitting Farouk in the head with the belt. And I did notice a little kayfabe break here by Austin saying that's just cheap heat, Owen.
Yes.
He was wearing the Owen 316 shirt. Yes. And, you know, at the time I didn't know this, but that really upset Austin because he was making money
off of Austin 316.
I don't know. You know, he was making money off the injury that Austin had. That was a real injury.
Right.
So I don't know how many people bought the Owen 316 shirt. Hopefully not too many because it was in bad taste, but still.
So, okay, I'm going to talk about what Austin does in the match.
Awesome.
So he first takes Vince McMahon's headset.
Yeah.
Talks into that. Then he rings the bell.
Yeah.
Which for
he's the official timekeeper now.
Which for some reason pisses off Vince, and it's hilarious.
He freaks out. This is like the first time you see Austin McMahon kind of like a potential rivalry down the line. He's the official timekeeper now. What's going on?
And then he takes Lawler's headset.
Yep.
Then he goes back, talks on a walkie-talkie. Then he goes to the Spanish commentators, has a chat with Tito Santana. And saying, Austin's like, I speak a little Spanish and you're insulting me.
He's like, oh, you said I was crazy? He's like, no. I'd like to, Mercedes is a Facebook friend of mine. He's Tito Santana. I was going to ask him a question about that one.
And then he goes to the French commentators table and he talks to Raymond Rougeau in English, and he's like, I don't know any French, but you tell them I'm going to be a Survivor Series in Montreal. And Raymond's like, okay, I will tell them you will be a Survivor Series. And then Austin's if you don't, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah. And like Owen and Farouk are having a wrestling match, and no one cares.
They're trying to have a match.
No one cares. This is like honestly, I've said this before. Owen pile driving Austin really helped Austin's career.
It did.
It didn't make it longer,
but
it definitely shortened his in-ring wrestling career. But it, like, the summer of Austin, from ground zero to all the Monday Night Raws to this night, it like catapulted him into superstardom from the nonsense he was doing, stunning officials and running around in this match.
I was kind of waiting for him to be the ring announcer, be like, the winner of this match is this jackass who broke my neck.
That would have made it so much better. This jackass who broke my neck.
So, the end of the match, Austin hits Farouk with the belt for really no reason. I think except he wants Owen Hart, and Owen Hart wins the title back.
No, well, it made sense because then, and like the commentating guys were so funny. It's like Jim Ross, like, just so you guys know, Austin is not joining the Hart Foundation.
Right.
It's just so funny. And it's like, okay, well, obviously he wants to win the belt back and he wants to beat Owen for it. That's why he helped Owen.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It made no sense, man.
As far as like, if we're doing the entire segment, it's like an
A+.
Yeah, it
is. The match, I don't know because I've never seen it, because I try to watch the match, but it's just so damn entertaining. Austin running around talking trash to all the commentators. So
I was very polite and gave this match a D+.
Like I honestly can't rate it that. I don't know, because they might have been doing some good stuff in the ring, but nobody cared. So, anyways,
1997 WWF, folks.
Yeah. So, like, the star of the show was the guy that was injured.
Yeah. Or at least at this point.
Yeah, I'll do, it was probably a D for the in-ring stuff.
Yeah.
But the Austin stuff was like definitely B+, A-.
Now I got to make a T-shirt saying the winner of this match is the jackass that broke my neck.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a cousin who could maybe do that. He makes T-shirts. I'll have to talk to him.
You should talk to him. I was looking into getting our own shirts for our podcast so we can wear.
I think he'd do. I really think he'd do.
Get some merchandise for our fans.
Yeah, I think we could get that done. We'll
hats and shirts and stuff like that.
All right. So after the fun of that match, this is where we have our second substitute match.
Yeah.
Why this one? Just why? It's the DOA against Los Boricuas.
I would have rather had another mini match.
Because that's what we all needed to see in 1997, is another DOA Los Boricuas match.
Yeah, they did this a lot. I think at SummerSlam, did they have one?
You're Canadian. You can say the
Nation,
SummerSlam. You can say the
yeah,
SummerSlam.
the SummerSlam. Yeah, that
Bret
sounds.
Hart says it. I think Canadians can say it.
Yeah. At SummerSlam '97 is what I meant to say.
Right.
I think they had like a three team match or something, or
Right.
maybe it was at Ground Zero. But
Uh,
yeah, it was just a filler.
oh,
It was bad.
it's bad.
Los Barrique was bad. Like Savio Vega's a great wrestler,
So
but
talented.
the other guys weren't very good. DOA were just big guys doing
Mhm.
big guy moves. I think this match was way too long too.
Do
I,
you want
I
to know the
remember it
time of it?
dragging. Like it was probably not even long. It just felt long.
It's a
It's
9-minute match.
Jesus, that's way too long. I'd rather have Austin come back out and stun everybody. Like this match was long, too long.
Where are the damn bikes? I want to
Yeah.
ride one.
I would have rather had a Steve Austin segment in the ring where he stuns anybody than watch
And
this
then,
trash.
okay,
This is
but
F.
here's
F.
the weird thing about this,
Okay.
and tell me if you had the same feeling I did. Because after the match, they show what happened on Raw with the Hearts and Vader and Patriot,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, okay, so this match is next. That was my honest thought, was this match is next. And it's like, nope, we got another match. We got another one.
Yeah. It was weird how they did it.
Okay. The only two things I liked about this match, and there's only two. Savio Vega's spinning heel kick in the corner, which looked really good.
Yeah.
That looked really good. The other one was this conversation they're having over what is the top group in the WWF. It's like, well, we got the DOA, we got Los Barriquas, we got the Nation, we got the Hart Foundation. Oh, let's not forget the Truth Commission's here also.
The Truth Commission might be the best group in the league. What league? Pretty sure he said league. Truth Commission was pretty awful too.
I mean, if anything, at least Kurgan ended up having a movie career. I mean, he's not going to star in an Oscar-winning movie, but he's in movies.
Well, he might. You don't know that.
DOA with this match. I gave this a D.
I don't even care who won this match. It was so terrible. F.
Oh my god. I think you know what? I think what it is this show is so fun. It's kind of like when we talked about SummerSlam 90 a few weeks ago, how it was just a fun show, even though there really weren't any great matches. It was just a fun show. This is what this show is to me. Like, with the exception of later, it's like at this point, it's like, okay, we're not having matches that are going to be remembered forever, but it's just fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
So now after that, we have a promo from Bret and the Bulldog. Bret Hart talks about, how they're going to win. I love Bulldog at the end. He's like, we're going to win right here in St. Louis, right here.
And well, I'm going to raise the Canadian flag because I'm Canadian now today.
Right.
Then, right here. Right here. Like, I don't know what else to say, and they're still pointing the camera on me.
So then we're told that this flag match has a new stipulation.
Yeah.
Because and help me with this one, DK. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. Originally, to win, it was by pinfall or submission. Now,
originally it was to get the flag.
Okay, to get the flag.
They added the pinfall submission.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Bret and Davey, they come out.
Yeah.
And Bret's not introduced as champion. I noticed that. That was surprising.
He had such a horrible run as champion this time.
This last one, yeah.
Because, like, like he won the title, like because Shawn hit Undertaker with the chair.
Right.
Our first watch along.
Yes.
Check it out in
It's coming full circle.
It's coming
It
full
really
circle.
is.
And then his first pay-per-view match is not in the main event.
Yeah.
Against the Patriot.
Patriot.
So they found a guy. He doesn't like US. Let's find a guy that's US. Oh, let's find this guy that nobody knows, and we'll just put a mask on him. Okay, so now he's a babyface because he's, Mr. USA.
Yeah.
And then in this pay-per-view, he's not in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Shawn is overshadowing him again. Undertaker and Shawn were the main event in the pay-per-view previous, and they're the main event again.
Yeah.
So this is a horrible way for him to be champion.
Yeah. So we go to the back, and Doc is with the Patriot and Vader. And the Patriot basically tells Vader, look, you might not like me. I might not like you, but I've got your back tonight. That's basically what he said.
Yeah. And then Vader
has the best line of the entire
ain't that a bunch of bullshit.
Best. Bret Hart says he's the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. That's bullshit. And then the guys are like, whoa.
And Doc is like, you weren't supposed to say that. Yeah, they actually bleeped it out on the network.
And I laughed. I thought it was great.
Well, when I saw it on the pay-per-view, it was like, it was there.
Okay,
I was a kid. I was like, I think I was like 14. I looked at my dad and I'm like,
okay. I think they released this event on Coliseum Video before Coliseum Video went out. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to find it because I have a collection on Blu-ray. I'm gonna have to find it and see if that got edited out on Coliseum Video.
No, I don't know.
So okay. So now this is where it kind of gets interesting as far as like how everyone is going into this match.
Yeah.
Bulldog's got a bum right knee from the European title match with Shawn Michaels, the horrible human being of 1997.
Yeah, he sucks.
The Patriot went to the hospital on Wednesday, dehydrated from the flu. Vader was in a match with Ken Shamrock in Japan the previous week, and they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And then here's Bret Hart, who's just Bret Harting it up.
Yeah, Bret Harting it. It's an adjective for.
Okay, so I do have the card that they're talking about that happened in Kawasaki, Japan. Shamrock and Vader are the only WWF representation in this show. They went to a no contest in an Ultimate Rules match. Okay. Whatever. That's I guess it's like a UFC type match, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think UFC was. I don't think it was called that yet.
Right.
In '97, it's Ultimate Fighting.
The main event for that show, if anyone wants to look, is Atsushi Onita beating Wing Kanamura in a no rope, barbed wire, electrified dynamite, landmine, time bomb death match.
Jesus. That's probably better than the Texas death match that Macho Man and Crush had at WrestleMania 10.
Well, I don't think they had any electrified dynamite, landmine, time bomb.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
Try saying that 5 times fast today.
I couldn't even understand what you were saying. I was like, that sounds like a lot of carnage.
Okay, I'll say it slowly for everyone.
It's okay. I got it.
One other match just to point out for you ECW lovers out there, Masato Tanaka beat Mike Awesome to win the FMW Unified title. That's the only other notable match that I could see from this show. So back to our flag match where everyone except Bret is either injured, sick, or just emotionally scarred.
Yeah.
They start outside the ring, and it is fun.
Yeah.
I loved the beginning of this match.
Yeah, they're just beating the hell out of each other.
They are. And
You can't disqualify anyone because the match hasn't started.
Vince is so pissed at this point.
I know.
He's like,
you're starting to see Vince like kind of as the owner, but he's doing commentary.
He's like, damn it, one of my wrestlers died. None of these guys are following the rules of the match. What am I doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So eventually, after a few minutes, and folks, if you're not seeing me on video, I have been turning red the last few minutes just
Yeah.
of the hilarity.
I thought my computer screen was breaking, but it's just your face turning red.
Vader and the Patriot get in the ring, and the referee calls for the bell.
Yep.
So I'm watching, and I'm like,
Why
go
are they
get
going
the
for the
flag!
flag?
Go get the flag! You have it! And
Even Lawler says, why don't they just go over the flag?
Exactly!
Nobody could stop them. Oh, this match is like, it's fun, but it's bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
you take this one. I need a break.
And then Vader, like, he's like, oh, I can get the flag. And then he climbs up and, like, Brett just punches him in the ass. Then he, like, climbs down. Brett punches him, like, 3 times in the ass, and Vader's just like, okay, that's enough. And he, like, climbs down. Then the match starts. It's bad, man, honestly. Like I said, Brett's title reign. He didn't even announce him as WWE champion or WWF champion. It's like Brett and the Bulldog.
So
these are 2 guys that don't have a match, so we'll just put them together in some sort of match. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? In all seriousness, and I was thinking about it after the match, they could have done this as just a regular tag match. They didn't need to have the flag stipulation.
Yeah, they were still doing the Canada USA thing.
Yeah.
And setting up for Survivor Series because they had USA versus Canada.
Yeah.
Which was funny because the Canadian team only had 1 Canadian on it.
Yeah, I know.
So
anyway, so
this go is, Canada. I was cheering for the US. It was weird.
This is actually a pretty good match. This is the best match up to this point for me. Because they're doing everything to each other. Brett does the figure 4 in the post.
Yeah.
They're fighting outside. They're inside. And then towards the end, we have a fan jump the ring.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Well, he was mad at Canada. He's trying to get Brett.
And Davey Boy starts kicking at him. And then the security guards come and the fans are cheering. It's fantastic.
I was actually at a wrestling event when a fan jumped in. It was awesome. Triple H beat the living hell out of this poor bastard.
I was at
had too many beers. I'm gonna fight him.
I was at a Nationals game a few years ago, and it was like the bottom of the 9th, and this young guy took his shirt off, ran into the field.
Woo!
So he came from left field and made it all the way to right field before he got taken down.
That's awesome. I was actually at, we're getting off topic. I was at the time at the Calgary Flames when a fan tried to climb the glass and he tripped and he landed on the ice and knocked himself out cold. It was awesome. We were all scared that he was dead, but when they got him up and put him in handcuffs, then we all cheered. But it was
I have
like, what was he gonna do?
Okay,
you gonna run on the ice?
I have to tell this one story, and then we're gonna wrap up this match. I don't think I've ever told you this one. I think I've told JC this one, but I don't think I've ever told you. And I reminded my dad of this last week. So I used to go to Maryland football games, and they never lost when I went to their games. Never lost.
You should go to more games then.
Well, I moved, so I can't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're playing I think it's like a Division 2 or Division 1 AA school. I don't remember. So there's this guy who throws footballs into the crowd, to get the crowd warmed up for the game.
Sure.
Here stands this old lady, had to be about in her 70s. She heaves the football, and this ball hits her right in the face, knocks
Nice.
her down,
Sweet.
and we're like, oh shit.
She did. You don't want to
And,
laugh because she might like die in front of you.
and
You'd
when
feel
she
bad.
gets up, she's got blood all over her face.
Sweet.
And we're like, this poor woman.
Did she get up and like chug a beer? Because that would
I
have made it the
wish.
best thing ever.
I wish.
Like Stone Cold, like smash them together.
Grandma 316 says I just busted my nose.
There you go. See, t-shirts.
Another t-shirt.
Man, you're on fire today for the merch.
Oh God.
Grandma
$1 million ideas,
316.
folks.
I could probably get my mom to wear one of those.
I
Grandma
think I can get my
316.
mom to wear one too.
Nice.
Or not my grandma, my mom.
Yeah.
My
Well,
grandma's
my
been
mom,
dead for
my mom is a
15
grandma. She's a grandma to my kids, so still counts.
My grandma's been dead for 15 years. Yeah, I'll get her to wear the shirt.
Well, you just like, hang it up or something.
Oh man. All right.
This
Anyway,
for grandma.
back to the
What
end
were
of
we talking about? Bad blood?
the Yeah, we
Speaking
have to
of
finish up the flag match.
speaking of bad blood, how about that grandma that took the football to the face? Segway.
All right. So the end of the match.
Oh,
Patriot does an O'Connor roll. Bret Hart reverses it. 1, 2, 3. Bret and Davey win the match. After the match, Vader and Patriot go after him.
Yep.
And a nice out of character moment. Bret Hart gives a high five to a child who's in a wheelchair wearing a Bret Hart shirt.
Sweet.
Probably not Canadian, but Bret's like, okay.
Yeah, Bret probably forgot that he was a heel for like 2 minutes.
That's fine. Honestly, I enjoyed this match way more than I think I should have. I give this a B minus.
I was kind of the same. Like, it was like kind of chaotic, and like I kind of felt bad for Bret because he was getting like pushed aside again, even though he's the champion. But for what it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason for changing because like the Hart Foundation won the match.
Right.
Like you could have had some kind of scenario where Bret grabbed the flag or Bulldog did. I'm not sure why they changed that, but doesn't matter.
I
They
mean,
won.
between the Bulldog's knee, Patriots flu, Vader's whatever.
Yeah, like maybe Bulldog was supposed to grab it and he just couldn't go up the ropes or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I give this one a C+.
Okay. And that's the end of the pay-per-view. Thank you all for tuning in. Wait a minute. DK.
Yeah.
There's still one match.
Right. Now,
why don't you tell them what we're going to do?
Okay, so we're going to do this as a watch along.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch the Hell in a Cell match together, and it'll be audio only.
So sorry, YouTube.
And this will come out on October 5th, which will be the 25-year anniversary of the first Hell in a Cell. So we thought that would be kind of cool. We are going to record this like pretty soon here.
Yeah, a little early, but it'll come out next week.
If you download this pay-per-view review and you're not going to get a review for the Hell in a Cell match, you're just going to have to listen to our next show, which will be dropping on October 5th. So yeah, well, we don't really want to give the review and then do a watch along. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
So we will do the watch along. We will make our comments during the match, and then we will review the match afterwards.
And then we'll probably give our overall thoughts of the pay-per-view itself. So
yeah,
that might have been the most fun review we've done yet.
Yeah,
seriously, like
kind of fun. And you know what? I always like pick these middle ground pay-per-views to review. Now, if you want to review WrestleMania 10, we can. If you want to review like these big time pay-per-views, we can. It just sometimes it's fun to just turn on a random in your house in the mid 90s and watch it and see what the hell they were doing and what's going on.
And you could end up finding a hidden gem like this show.
Yeah,
This show is a hidden gem.
Like I think this show might be the best in your house up to this time.
That's a
Like not from like 95, 96, 97.
Yeah.
Now Mind Games is pretty good in 96.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good in your house. But this one, especially with the match that we will talk about.
I'm also a fan of Final Four. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a one match show, but that's a hell of a match. So,
and honestly, I don't think I've seen that one entirely. Like I've seen the Final Four match.
yeah.
So kind of similar to you for Bad Blood here.
All right. So next time you listen to us, we're gonna do the watch along of Hell in a Cell 1, and we'll give our final thoughts on the pay-per-view as a whole. And what I'll do for our YouTube watchers who don't subscribe to us, I don't know how you couldn't. I'll put the link.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. I'll put the link in the comments next week so you all can click on it, download it, listen to it as we watch Hell in a Cell 1. Join our Facebook group, the DK and Bill Wrestling Podcast. Join up. We'll do some poll in the near future. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you all next week for Hell in a Cell 1.